Once upon a time, not too far from here, there lived 3 friends.
Oh,
These 3 friends were neighbors, and they lived in separate houses in the same village. And each of them had one field where they grew their crops. But one day, they found that the crops in all of their fields were infested with pests. Yes, every single one of them. And so, every day they would sit together and discuss how to tackle this problem. The first farmer thought for a moment and said, "I think I'm going to build a scarecrow and put it in my field. I'm sure that will scare away the birds and the pests, and then my crop will be saved." So the next day, he made a big, tall scarecrow and stood it in his field. But guess what? The birds and the pests didn't bother to even look at the scarecrow. They continued eating the crops, and soon enough, the crops in his field wilted. The second farmer thought of something else, said, "I think I'm going to use pesticides in my field. It says on the bottle that it will get rid of all the pests, and then my crops will be saved." So the next day, he bought a huge bottle of pesticide and sprinkled it over his field. But guess what? The crops did not like the pesticide. Soon enough, they started wilting. Now, the third farmer thought of something else, said, "I think I'm going to build a fence around my field. That way, no bird or animal can come inside and eat my crops, and then my crops will be saved." So the next day, he built a big, tall fence around his field. But guess what? Just as he finished building the fence, the pests entered his field through a hole and started eating his crops. Soon enough, his crops too wilted. Now, all the 3 farmers were very sad because all their hard work had gone to waste. And so they went to the village head and told him everything that had happened. The village head listened patiently to all of them, and then he called all the 3 farmers again and said, "Come with me." He took them to a nearby forest and asked them to break the tree that they saw. Now all the 3 farmers went near the tree and hit it with all their might. Thud, thud, thud. But the tree did not break. Then the village head asked them to take a few twigs from the tree. All the 3 farmers took the twigs and tried to break them. Snap, snap, snap. But the twigs were too strong to break. The village head then gathered all the twigs in a bundle, handed it over to the farmers and asked them to break the bundle. They tried and tried, but they could not break it. No matter how hard they tried, the bundle of sticks just wouldn't break. After a while, the village head said, "Do you know why you can't break this bundle of sticks?" The farmers shook their heads. "This is because all of you are strong only when you are together. You are strong only when you are united." The farmers understood what the village head meant. They all went back to their fields, but this time they did not do anything. Instead, they sat together in all of their fields and discussed what to do. And finally, they decided to pull out all their crops and start again. But this time, they would do it together. From the next day onwards, they worked in each other's fields. And after a few months, it was time to harvest the crops. And guess what? Their crops were not only pest-free, but they were also the biggest and the healthiest looking crops in the entire village. That's all for today, friends. If you liked the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And do let us know in the comments below what lesson you learned from the story. We'll be back soon with another wonderful story. Until then, keep watching our videos and be curious.